loved ones to the Young Women's Leadership Academy 2019 commencement ceremony. Thank you to our YWLA Orchestra, led by Russell Eccles, for our music this evening. Please rise for the presentation of colors by Sacramento High School, JROTC, and then remain standing for the pledges, the national anthem, and our campus creed.
Do I keep it on the podium? Yes, sir.
Boulevard, hold, left, face, freezing, colors. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Now, please welcome the YWLA Choir, led by Cheryl Walker, as they sing our national anthem.
Do I keep it at the podium?
Thank you, Ms. Walker and choir, for a great performance. And now for our creed. I am YWLA. I am a scholar, I am a leader, I am a young woman, respecting myself, my family, my peers, my community. My image is of integrity, a portrait of pride. I hope, I dream, I believe, maintaining the discipline to succeed and the courage to fail. I am, you are, we are, YWLA. Thank you. You may be seated. I now have the honor of introducing some special guests. When your name is called, please stand. Deputy Superintendent of Student Services, Dr. Vern Alexander. Area Superintendent, Dr. Elna Davis. Our GPISD School Board President, Burke Hall. Vice President Aaron King. Secretary David Espinosa. Board members Terry Brooks, Gloria Carrillo, and Steve Pryor. Mr. and Mrs. Bill Arnold, namesake of our campus. And last but not least, our own YWLA principal, Miss Jana Burns.
Thank you, Ildalisa and Ellen, two of our top honors graduates, for beginning our graduation ceremony. Hello, friends, family, staff, and supporters of YWLA. My name is Jana Burns, and I am the proud principal of Young Women's Leadership Academy at Arnold. I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight for such an important occasion.
Yes.
I'd like to start by acknowledging the parents, guardians, and families of the class of 2019, because it is without you that these 41 graduates would not be sitting proudly on this stage. I would also like to recognize our top honors graduates. These students' hard work and dedication to excellence have placed them in the top 10% of the class of 2019. Would our top honors graduates and parents please stand when your name is called? Please help me in joining and celebrating these students and their families for their leadership and dedication. Ildalisa Gonzalez and parents Irma and Juan Gonzalez. Ellen Cow and parents Mr. and Mrs. Cow. Jacqueline Baeza Rubio and parents Maria and Antonio. And Favor Adeyinka and parents Mr. and Mrs. I would now like to introduce Jacqueline Baeza Rubio. Jackie has been at YWLA for 7 years, starting here in 6th grade in the 2012-2013 school year. Jackie's hard work has earned her the honor of being YWLA's salutatorian for the class of 2019, and I would like
Have you ever felt like the cards were against you? Coming from a small school, my classmates and I felt it often. There were many times where people expected very little from such a brand new school. How could our athletics teams compete against larger districts? How could our orchestra sound in comparison to the schools that have 4 times as many students? How could our clubs be better run and more successful than those of our 5 and 6A neighbors? At YWLA, I learned that the best way to impress someone is to prove them wrong. Not with words, but with actions. When our volleyball team won district championships and our lacrosse team had a winning season, we made people talk. When our 18-member orchestra played concerts at the Murchison, the Eisman, and the Meyerson performance halls, we turned heads. When YWLA sent out DECA, Taffy, and Skilled USA students to become district and state medalists and officers, we made history. For such a small class, for the 41 of us, we have accomplished a daunting amount. Over $3.5 million earned in scholarships, plenty of games and competitions won, an amazing number of performances, and a new generation of leaders were all a part of the journey of the class of 2019. However, these victories would take quite a while to manifest. For 7 long years, we constantly felt like we had something to prove when compared to other schools in GPSA. But we learned how to show up and show out. As young women, we were told that we would have obstacles to face due to our gender. But these obstacles did little to get in our way. My friends and I created apps, organized camp food drives, learned how to code and program, build robots, traveled halfway across the world, learned to solder, obtained internships, and have been accepted to over 60 colleges across the nation. Tonight, I announce to the administration, the school board, my teachers, my mentors, and my peers that the class of 2019 is truly unstoppable. 7 years ago, as a 6th grader, I chose YWLA because I thought I could grow here. And 4 years ago, I decided to stay here because I knew I could flourish here. And with this newfound confidence of mine, I present to you our beautiful and strong class of 2019. Someone whom I look up to very much lives by a quote I would like to share with my class. It resonated with me so much it became my senior quote. And it reads, "I do the difficult every day, but the impossible takes me a week." I wanted to share this with you all because I think it defines us as a class very well. For some of us, getting certain grades in classes seemed impossible, but it came true. For others, breaking the stereotype of a woman in our culture seemed impossible, but we continue to shatter the glass ceiling. For the rest of us, going to the college of our dreams seemed impossible, but in the fall, we will be where we are meant to be. We set our own limits, but we pushed those boundaries, achieving what we thought was impossible time and time again. However, these accomplishments would not have been possible without every single parent, professor, parental figure, teacher, and mentor in our lives. These are the people who had helped us become young adults. Dr. Robity taught us how to nail and perfect our elevator speeches. Coach Kavik taught us how to save a life with CPR. Mr. Eccles taught us to practice like we've never won and perform like we've never lost. Coach Carlin taught us that a good game was about how much effort you put in it, not the score. Mr. Stoglin taught us that it was okay to fail at something new as long as we learned from it. And Coach Jolly taught us how to make the best of every problem, even if that problem was physics homework. The list goes on, but I wanted to let every educator know that they changed someone's life, even if they may not think so. Tonight, I hope that I have made all of my educators proud. I hope that I have effectively reflected your hard work, and you can see your fruition in me. I promise you, your work as teachers is worth so much more than the paycheck you get at the end of the month. I hope that you are proud of the kind of people you made in your classrooms because we are the future. For as long as I can remember, all of my teachers supported me in every way possible. I had a second family here at school, so I knew whom to run to when I felt the slightest bit of pressure. This family was comprised of my friends as well as my teachers. I'm not sure how I would have survived my high school years without them. My friends were able to cheer me on and motivate me to put myself out there, but they also grounded me when my head was in the clouds. Some of them believe in me much more than I do. With the help of my school sisters, I have observed myself opening up, trying new things, and gaining confidence. These characteristics have become a part of my personality to the point where I no longer question my abilities. I have competed in worldwide competitions, attempted a new sport, traveled to foreign countries, and obtained a research-based job at a university, all because my friends have encouraged me to shatter my comfort zone in a remarkable setting. While I attribute much of my success to YWLA, I would be remiss to ignore the amazing help I've had from others outside the walls of the campus. For one, I was able to get a head start in my career 2 years ago when I was offered an internship and an undergraduate research position at UTA, researching the amazing rabbit hole that is particle physics. After I met one professor, read one email, and was offered one opportunity, I changed my major, my career, and my entire life overnight. That man, Dr. Jones, became my hero, and now I have the opportunity to work with him for 4 more years during my college. After I was given a desk in an office and a working space on a lab bench, I felt like I was part of something much bigger than myself. My love for physics had flourished with the nurturing given to me at UTA. Now, I can say, at the age of 18, my name was published into a research paper, and with that, I am one step closer to becoming an accomplished physicist. Thanks to them, I am becoming everything I dreamed to be. Outside of the lab, I came home to my parents. My parents, although they were afraid their little girl would leave to go study on the other side of the continent, never stopped supporting me. My father did not allow me to work when I became of age because he wanted me to focus my attention on my studies. I remember he told me that once I joined the workforce, I would never leave it. My father has been a responsible and a hardworking man all his life. He has never stopped, despite the fact that his health has sometimes been weary. He does this so I can have better opportunities and fulfill my dreams. My mother began to learn English shortly after coming to America to communicate with my teachers and those of my siblings, with the sole purpose of helping us with our homework. After several years, She has not perfected her English, but she continually attends classes in hopes that she will understand the wonderful things my professors tell her about me. Now, I help her with her homework, and with that, she showed me the importance of hard work and tenacity. She showed me that no matter how long it takes me, I should strive to reach my goal. With that said, I think it is obvious where I got my worth ethic from. I got it from the two hardest working people I know, my parents. And for the immigrant parents that are just like mine, thank you for taking into account the future of your daughters. Many young women do not have the opportunity to graduate from high school, so the fact that your daughters are here tonight, graduating, and pursuing higher education is something commendable. Parents, this very act is proof that your efforts to come live the American dream were not in vain, because your daughters are the American dream. Behind me sit future educators, doctors, architects, Marines, scientists, artists, engineers, and musicians. Behind me is the generation that will build your roads and keep your heart beating. Behind me are the upcoming women that will send us to Mars and become our nation's public figures. Thank you, parents, for everything you have done to provide our children, your children, with the best education possible. You won't regret it. To extend my thank you and to make sure that all parents of these beautiful, bright young women can receive the full extent of my thanks, I will reiterate my last paragraph in Spanish. Saliendo del laboratorio, volví a casa con mis padres, los cuales, aunque temían que su hija se fuera a estudiar al otro lado del continente, nunca dejaron de apoyarme. Mi padre no me permitió trabajar cuando tenía la edad adecuada porque quería que centrara mi atención en mis estudios. Recuerdo que me dijo que una vez que me uniera a la fuerza laboral, nunca la dejaría. Mi padre ha sido un hombre trabajador y responsable toda su vida. Nunca ha dejado de trabajar, a pesar que en ocasiones su salud ha visto mínima. Él hace todo esto para que yo pueda tener oportunidades y cumpla mis sueños. Mi madre comenzó a aprender inglés poco después de venir a los Estados Unidos para comunicarse con mis maestros y los de mis hermanos, con el único objetivo de ayudarnos con nuestra tarea. Después de varios años, no ha perfeccionado su inglés, pero sigue asistiendo a clases constantemente con la esperanza de comprender las cosas maravillosas que mis profesores me dicen de mí. Ahora, yo le ayudo con su tarea y con eso ella me demostró la importancia del trabajo duro y la tenacidad. Ella me mostró que, sin importar cuánto tiempo me lleve, debería esforzarme por alcanzar mi meta. Dicho eso, creo que es obvio dónde obtuve mi ética de trabajo. Lo obtuve de las dos personas más trabajadoras que conozco, mis padres. Y para todos los inmigrantes, padres que son como los míos, gracias por tener en cuenta el futuro de sus hijas. Muchos jóvenes no tienen la oportunidad de graduarse de la preparatoria, por lo que el hecho de que sus hijas estén aquí esta noche graduándose y cursando estudios superiores es algo digno de elogio. Padres, este acto es una prueba de que sus esfuerzos por hacer realidad el sueño americano no fueron en vano, porque sus hijas son el sueño americano. Detrás de mí están sentadas futuras educadoras, médicos, arquitectas, marines, científicas, artistas, ingenieras y músicos. Detrás de mí está la generación que construirá tus caminos y mantendrá tu corazón latiendo. Detrás de mí están sentadas las próximas mujeres que nos enviarán a Marte y se convertirán en las figuras públicas de nuestra nación. Gracias, padres, por todo lo que han hecho para brindarles a sus hijas la mejor educación posible. No lo lamentarán. Reflecting back on all the amazing teachers, loving families, and remarkable resources, maybe in the end, the cards weren't stacked against us. Maybe the world just knows that we can rise to any challenge, like our time here at YWLA. We will come out on the other side triumphant and successful. A side that is simply a new beginning for everyone graduating today. So, to those who will be moving forward, I encourage you to remember how you were looking up and where you were 7 years ago, and how you'll do the same for this very moment, when you become the person you're meant to be. I know I will. Thank you. And now, our choir will perform our alma mater.
Do I change it to them?
As my journey is beginning, to these hallowed halls I've come, set before me many pathways, choosing one to call my own. Teach me now as I move onward, onward to ways heights unknown. May my focus never falter, boundless wonder now unfurled. Hitherto my vision scattered, set asunder, unsecured, fully vested, now connected, forging forward, now assured. Guide me now as I move onward, onto who I choose to be, gaining knowledge and transforming into one who soon will lead. Navigating towards the future, now established to pursue. Every level, every challenge, I'm determined to go through. Yes, I know what lies before me. Journeys and days, what I see. My momentum ever growing. All my goals I know I'll reach. Now I've reached my journey's ending, global-minded, college-bound. I'm inspired and empowered, gratitude will now resound. I am ready to move onward, with my heart I now will say. Thanks to family, friends and teachers, and beloved YWLA. Thanks to family, friends and teachers, and beloved YWLA.
Go back to the podium.
Thank you, Ms. Walker and the YWLA Choir for that beautiful performance. I would next like to introduce a student whose academic performance throughout her high school career has been unparalleled. Favor Adeyinka is a PSAT Superintendent Scholar, and she is also class of 2019's valedictorian. I'd like to welcome Favor to the podium.
Good evening, fellow classmates, students, family members, school teachers, and faculty, as well as district officials present tonight. I would like to thank everyone in advance for the honor to stand before you all today. This has been quite the school year, and to be completely honest, our class will most likely be leaving our school's faculty with plenty of interesting memories. We've had our fair share of unexpected surprises over the past few years, but I wouldn't change it for anything. Also, while we're on the subject of honesty, if you had asked me exactly 1 week ago what I could possibly say to my senior class as a whole one last time, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
It took me a while to figure out that writing a speech was difficult because there are so many accomplishments to celebrate, inside jokes to laugh at, and future successes to look forward to. It took me a while, but I finally got there. I've decided to share what I have learned throughout high school with those that will fill our shoes once we are gone, our friends, our family, and most especially my fellow graduates. Seniors, I know that you'd much rather walk the stage than learn more lessons on our graduation night, and I know it's been a long 13 years of learning, but I promise you're going to want to hear this. One of the most memorable things that I have learned in high school is that time flies. Of course, the full saying is time flies when you're having fun, but high school wasn't always fun, so we're going to leave it at time flies. Some of us remember our first day of high school vividly, while others remember the first day of our senior year like it was yesterday. It's hard to believe that 8 months ago we were blowing boats across the floor in AP Physics with absolutely no idea what was going on. And just 2 weeks ago we were answering questions on the AP exam. Crazy, right? Although a certain classmate of mine will probably tell you that you can slow down time by staring at the clock all throughout math class. I think I can speak for everyone when I say that our senior project was proof that time moves quicker than you want it to. In August, we were told our annotated bibliography was due in January. And then before we knew it, it was January. And half of us were asking for a deadline extension. Despite certain senior project deadlines being extended, I believe my fellow seniors can agree that we will not always experience Dr. Robity's generosity with deadlines in life. I've learned that time was not on our side in high school. If there was anything our class was good at collectively, myself included, it would be procrastination. Our ability to put stuff off until the last minute and miraculously get it done with such high quality work may have been acceptable in high school, but something tells me it won't be as possible in college. Time truly does fly in high school, and college is full of major tests, projects, and assignments, so I'm sure that the coming semesters will go by in a blink of an eye. As we go out into the real world, we will need to learn how to take control of the time that we are given in every phase of life, while also enjoying the life we are living in the present. Another lesson I learned in high school is how to handle disappointment. More often than not, things did not always go the way we expected them to during our time at YWLA. As a matter of fact, I am 100% certain that most of my classmates are thinking of these instances as I speak. Whether it be an assignment that came back not scored as high as we expected it to be, a teacher that we struggled to please, or a sports game that just didn't go as planned, we have all experienced disappointments throughout our years here. But despite these disappointments, I think we now have a better understanding of how the real world works. Life is not always going to go our way. If that was the case, there would be no real sense of feeling accomplished once we receive our diplomas tonight. Wherever life may take us, disappointment will always follow. But how we handle it will define who we are. In high school, we may have received disappointment well, or handled it poorly. But graduation marks the start of a brand new beginning, and the chance to navigate life with the understanding that we will be let down from time to time. Even though we may not realize it yet, high school has taught us to grow stronger from broken promises and failures. Last but not least, high school has taught me how to form relationships that will last a lifetime. So I don't know if anyone here knows this, but high school is pretty stressful. There's always homework to complete, a test to study for, an assigned reading to do, a game to get ready for, and a meeting to plan. Believe me when I say the struggle was real these past few years, and I'm sure that everyone on this stage can attest to that. But the beautiful thing about high school was that we were able to form relationships with the people that could get us through the craziness of high school. I look at my classmates and I can see so many support systems that have helped me get through the most difficult parts of the year. Over the years, my classmates have helped each other on difficult class assignments, listened to several long rants, and most of all, created an environment of joy and laughter to distract from the sometimes overwhelming stress. I think of my teachers that constantly remind us that they are always cheering for us and give us motivational pep talks, even when we think we don't want to hear it. Learning how to form these relationships is important because I heard that even though the struggle is real in high school, the struggle is even realer in college. I know it's hard to believe, but in August we will not be walking into school with our friends and greeting the same teachers we have known since freshman year. Now we will be entering this next phase of life with many strangers in a brand new place. We're going to go out into the real world, and we will need to find new support systems from the new people around us. Our success in college, or the military, or just life in general is dependent on our ability to form relationships with people wherever we go. We hear about networking all the time, and even though some of us may not have been listening to that particular practicum lecture, I really do believe that our class has created a network that I'll be proud to use years down the line. And now for the cliche part of my speech, the never-ending thank yous. All jokes aside, it is important for us as a class to acknowledge that we did not get to this stage on our own. With that being said, can the parents of the graduates please stand? Thank you, parents, for supporting us through our failure, losses, and tears these past 4 years. Thank you for celebrating our successes and acceptances with us. And I would like to thank my own parents for showing me the true value of a successful academic career through the passion that they show for their own careers every single day. They both came to the United States right before I was born and restarted their college education, starting from community college to graduate school, all while raising 3 kids. I know many parents in this auditorium work full-time jobs or attend school full-time, so I would like to thank you for encouraging us to finish high school strong through the hard work that you put in every single day. Another thank you goes out to all of our teachers from the past few years. Can the teachers that have taught the students on the stage please stand? Thank Mrs. Hernandez for inspiring me to go into biology and also for teaching us steps that we can take to improve the environment. Hashtag stop sucking. Thank you to Coach Jolly for being our biggest supporter and giving us the motivational pep talks I was talking about earlier. Thank you to Dr. Robity for giving us a lecture on how to buy a car. That is a lesson most of us will never forget. Thank you, Ms. Medina, for teaching us about punctuation, because we all know we walked into your class unable to use a comma. Thank you, Ms. Thomas, for teaching us that we can work through the seemingly impossible, the impossible being math, and for being an honorary member of the class of 2019. Everyone in this room has made high school a success for us and has prepared us to take on the future. But I would like to give an even bigger thank you to my fellow seniors. So thank you for giving me the chance to spend the past few years with the most outstanding group of people I've ever met. I know I haven't been here all 7 years, but I love you all so much to the point that it feels like I've been here since the beginning. Thank you for some of the best years I'm never going to forget. I decided to share what I've learned in high school as a means of telling my classmates how to face their future. Life after high school will be a different reality, and I'm confident that the past 4 years have prepared us to overcome any obstacle that comes our way. In the beginning of my speech, I said that high school was not always fun. While that may be true, we have made memories that will cause us to laugh long after we have parted ways. I would like to leave us all with this. The future is bright for every single person on this stage, so do not let time pass you by, do not let disappointments hold you down, and never forget to make connections with the people around you. Thank you, everyone, and please join me in congratulating the YWLA class of 2019. I would now like to welcome Ms. Lynn McBee, CEO of the Young Women's Preparatory Network, who will share words of wisdom with us.
Thank you and good evening. As soon-to-be graduates of the amazing Young Women's Leadership Academy at Arnold, you have a foundation that's very strong. You can dream about a very bright future, work hard, make the right decisions, and accomplish those dreams. You've had an amazing leader in Principal Burns. You have an awesome set of support staff, the best teachers, family, and community. The only thing standing in the way of your accomplishments is you. So before you go out into the world, I wanted to share some lessons I've carried through life. And they've come in handy when things have gotten tough. And trust me, they will get tough. As someone who has worked hard my whole life and always set big goals, these words have served me well. There are 10 different phrases, and I hope you'll each walk away at least remembering 1 or 2. First, never wait for what you aspire to do. You are in charge of your life. Make the right decisions that move you towards those aspirations and dreams. Second, surround yourself with a good team and always be a good team member. Next, look for the positives in every situation and make the most of the opportunities that are set before you. Number 4, adapt and thrive because changes are going to just keep coming, and how you respond to those changes is what matters most. Develop and nurture relationships. Find mentors and reach out to them for advice. They want to see you succeed. Stay close to those that you care about. Number 6, communicate politely and professionally all the time. People need to hear what you have to say. Don't assume they already know. They usually don't. Always say thank you and always be grateful. Always. Number 8, don't dwell on the past. You will make mistakes. Acknowledge them, learn from them, fix them, and move on. Number 9, develop a sense of humor. Lighten up and laugh. It's amazing how far that will take you, and you're going to feel a whole lot better. And then finally, the most important, and I hope you'll carry this with you, is do the right thing when it's not easy or popular. Character is our foundation. Integrity must be our guiding value. We are nothing without it. In closing, I wish you all the best of luck as you head off to college. You are worthy of every opportunity that comes your way, and never forget that. We are your biggest fans and supporters. We are so proud of you and cannot wait for 2023 to hear all about your college successes. Congratulations again.
Thank you, Ms. McBee. We appreciate your words of wisdom and the ongoing and tireless support Young Women's Preparatory Network gives to us at YWLA. Now is the time for us to give our Woman of Excellence Award. This is an award given to someone who has shown dedication to the students and the community of Grand Prairie. Our recipient's career in education covered a span of over 40 years. She was the first African American to hold the Associate Superintendent position in GPISD. Before serving in this position, she honed her skills as a dedicated teacher at Dalworth High School and Grand Prairie High School. She steadily progressed through a variety of positions with increasing responsibilities. She also served as a counselor and instructional leader at Grand Prairie High School and later served as principal at Dalworth Elementary School. She was a devoted and accomplished assistant superintendent and showed the same devotion and excellence in her final role as associate superintendent of curriculum and instruction. Several GPISD schools achieved exemplary status in the Texas Accountability System during her tenure as assistant and associate superintendent. She is known throughout Grand Prairie not only for her accomplishments in education, but for her contributions to the community. She works relentlessly throughout the community for fair and equal opportunity for all. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's Woman of Excellence is Mrs. Sally Moore. In appreciation for the time you've dedicated to Grand Prairie, we would like to offer you a token of gratitude. Thank you for the difference that you've made in the lives of countless young people, not just in the schools, but also in the community. Mrs. Moore would like to extend her congratulations to this year's graduating class and wish you all the best of luck in the years to come. She knows you go on to accomplish great things, graduates. And now I'd like to say some final words to our class of 2019. And because of Favors and Jackie's amazing speeches, They pretty much mentioned just about everything I would have said, and some of the things I'm going to say are going to echo what Ms. McMead had to say to you all graduates. But here are some pieces of advice that I would like to leave you with. When things get tough, be tougher, because they will get tough, but you gotta be tougher. When life gives you the unexpected, triumph over it. When you encounter a challenge that seems like there is no way around it, graduates, I want you to look that challenge in the eye and then overcome it. Have the courage to do what is right, even when others don't. Because ladies, you are leaders, you are meant to shine, and there truly is nothing that you can't do. To show how true this is, parents and families, I'd like to give you some statistics for this year's senior class, because this truly is an amazing group of graduates. When 41 seniors earn $3.5 million in scholarships, that's amazing. When 83% of them are first-generation college attendees, and 44% are first-generation high school graduates, and 100% have been accepted to college, that's amazing. Seniors, despite the pressures of multiple college and scholarship applications, thank you, Ms. Gonzalez, meeting deadlines for those senior projects, thank you to Dr. Robity, Ms. Christensen, and Ms. Sellers. You all have been keeping your grades up in your AP and dual credit classes. You've been thriving in your internships, not to mention volleyball, soccer, lacrosse, choir, and orchestra practices, and all those late nights after games and performances. Ladies, you did it, and you did it amazingly. You truly should be proud of yourselves. And now I'd like to recognize some of our seniors for their accomplishments. Graduates, a little participation is needed for this part. Please stand if you did the following things. If you played volleyball, please stand. You can be seated. If you played soccer, please stand. Thank you, ladies. You can be seated. If you played lacrosse, please stand. If you sang in the choir or played in the orchestra, please stand. Thank you, ladies. If you were part of honor societies, such as National Honor Society or NTHS, please stand. If you were part of DECA, Skills USA, or TAFE, please stand. You can be seated, but ladies, if you won any competitions, remain standing. You can be seated, thank you. I'm giving some of you a workout right now. If you were in the engineering pathway, please stand. Engineering. There we go, there we go. Thank you, ladies. If you were in the biotech pathway, stand. Thank you, ladies. If you're in the marketing pathway, thank you, ladies. If you're in the education and leadership pathway, thank you. Ladies, if you are a Texas scholar, please stand. If you received a scholarship, please stand. If you have already earned college credit, please stand. Ladies, if you have been at YWLA since 6th grade, please stand. Thank you. If you're joining the armed forces after graduation, please stand. Ladies, please remain standing. There's your workout, there you go. If you're attending college in the fall, please stand. Remain standing because graduates, if you're going to exceed everyone's expectations, remain standing. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the future is in great hands. These young ladies will go on to do more than we can imagine, and I'm proud to say that they began their journey here at Young Women's Leadership Academy. Ladies, I'm so proud of you. And now for the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time to hand out some hard-earned, well-deserved diplomas. Dr. Alexander, I am ready to certify to you and the Board of Trustees of the Grand Prairie Independent School District that each of these 41 graduates seated on stage today has met the criteria as set forth by the state of Texas to be awarded an official high school diploma from Young Women's Leadership Academy at Army.
Favor Adienka. Jacqueline Paeza Rubio. Ellen Cow. Ildalisa Gonzalez. McKinley Harris. Karen Aguilar. Elizabeth Akuma. Jaden Bowens. Carla Bravo. Jennifer Solis. Jennifer Chavez Alvarez. Angeli Colon Rio Pedre. Tierra Cordova. Lyric Eves. Haley Edwards. Laura Espinoza. Damaris Espinoza. Brittany Foster. Diana Franco. Yesenia Garcia. Noelle Garza. Kimberly Garza. Jasmine Gibson. Brianna Goodconnect. Araceli Gutierrez. Kristen Heigl. Carolina Herrera. Chelsea Kentner. Sitlali Macias. Salma Montalvo Mendez. Alexis Wynn. Alyssa Nunez. Frida Ramirez Solis. Ailed Ramos. Sydney Rascon. Zeta Reyes Garcia. Alexis Rodriguez. Maria Salazar Galindo. Evelyn Soto Velasquez. Crystal Vadaspino. Shamila White.
Dr. Alexander, members of the board, graduates' families, it is my distinct pleasure as principal at YWLA to present to you the Young Women's Leadership Academy graduating class of 2019. And now McKinley Harris, our senior class president, will lead her class through their final graduation formality.
Senior class, please stand. Graduates, please move your tassels from right to left. Class of 2019, we did it.
Congratulations, graduates. Family and friends, the graduates will now go backstage and receive their official diploma. Parents and family, please exit the building from the front where there is a cake to help celebrate the occasion. Your graduate will meet you in just a few minutes. Thank you for coming. Please drive safely.